Nottingham Trent University, working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.
And on Working Week this week, we are looking at our best bits.
Talking of which, remember the kitty cafe?
The cats, they're just cuddly and cute, and why would you not want to stroke a cat whilst you eat?
As long as we're here for the cats and the cats are well looked after and the customers well looked after, then we're happy.
We'll also be taking a look at the Nottingham firm that's dipping its toe in the export market.
As a smaller company, we tend to struggle a little bit to actually get our name in front of people. Going into the export market gives us an opportunity to do that.
And we're also finding out how Nottingham is getting on the backpacking trail.
Since I got off the train, I loved what I saw. I think it has a good balance between not being a very big city, but also it's not a very small town.
It's got a lot of culture, a lot of gigs are going on here. It's a cheap place to be as well in comparison to London. And I think the fact that it's so compact, it's so easy to kind of see all the pockets and hidden gems of Nottingham, and that's what appeals to people.
All that to come, but first you might remember, Des, the first place we went to when we started this series.
Kitty Cafe. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's little cats running around.
Oh, meowing.
I'm saying little
stuff,
cats, yeah. Well, there's words we're obviously not saying here.
Yes.
And before we go any further, let's take a look at how we got on. There are cats everywhere here, around 30 in total, and don't worry, they're all completely house trained and have their own rest area behind a wall. Owner Kate Charles Richards set up the business on Friar Lane. It's her first venture in the world of cats and coffee.
Come on, ladies.
The aim is to cater for cat lovers and food lovers too. Many of the staff are trained experts in animal behaviour, and that's because there's a serious side to this business. It runs as a cat rescue and rehoming operation. The cats here have been homeless, strays, or have medical problems, and many are up for adoption.
They've all got their own individual personalities and characters. They're all so unique, and we love them to bits. We're all very protective over them. Yeah, it's great. I love working here.
Why?
I don't know, it's just a really awesome job. It's all the people are really nice, and it really cheers you up always being surrounded by the cats as well. So yeah, it's really nice.
There are some rules. Cats can't be picked up and you can't give them food. It's thriving as an eating venue too, proving a big hit with customers in Nottingham, but the cats are the main attraction.
I've been a cat lover for quite a while, and there's just been nothing like this before, so we thought we'd give it a go and see what it's like.
We saw it advertised on Facebook, and then we love cats, so we just thought, why not?
And what do you think of the place?
It's really nice, yeah. It's really welcoming as well. Obviously, we've never been before, but now I think we'll definitely come again.
And some customers can even find themselves working here.
I think it's great here. I was a customer before I worked here and really liked it, so yeah, really happy.
There's a guy called Victor Kayam. He says he says, "Oh, I liked it so much I bought the company." You sound like that. You were a customer before and then you came and worked here.
Yeah, just haven't brought any of the company.
Okay, I don't know, I was saying a few minutes ago, it's almost like the product of an insane mind, this place, if you don't mind me saying.
No, that's absolutely fine. I think a lot of people think I'm insane, to be honest, but hey, who minds about being insane when you've got cats?
And how's it working as a business?
It's working fantastic, better than we thought it could do. We thought it could be a huge success or just not at all. And luckily the people of Nottingham have embraced us because they're cat lovers.
The Kitty Cafe is drawing customers in from as far away as Stockport. It's one of the first of its kind in the world, and if it's a success here, cat cafes could be popping up all over the country.
Kitty Cafe, great filming that stuff, wasn't it?
Enjoyed it.
And do you know what I've just realised?
What have you just? I'm really worried because we haven't rehearsed this. When it goes off script, it's time to start worrying.
We are the Napoleon Solo and the Ilya Kuryakin of the media world.
No, that's over my head. I've no idea what you're talking about.
You're the man from Uncle.
Oh, the man from Uncle, yeah. No idea what he's talking about. Anyway, let's take a look at our next item, which is a company that's opening up an export market in India and other spots around the world with some good advice for you if you're thinking of doing the same. Man from Uncle.
Yeah, man from Uncle.
New premises and a new look for a company that's been manufacturing in Nottingham for almost 50 years.
We're coming up on the train through London.
Micromesh was founded by Bob Underwood in 1968, and now his son James runs the business on Dable Avenue in Bulwell, but not before he served a long apprenticeship.
Well, I've never liked these press caps anyway.
I've been working there since I was about 5 years old, at weekends and school holidays, and full-time since I was 18. And he started me off on the shop floor, so I got used to making these kind of things, making the filters, putting these together, assembling them, getting on the spot welders, getting on the resin machines and putting them all together. And then I moved up and developed into the sales area, and then developed over into managing.
The company has customers all over the world. Its filters can be found in passenger trains, Triumph motorbikes, earth-moving equipment and Challenger tanks. At a time when manufacturing has been struggling, they've continued to expand and now have 22 people working for them.
Well, I got made redundant 5.5 years ago. My mum was a cleaner here, and James offered me mum to see if you want to come in for a couple of weeks' work. I was like, yeah, anything will do. And then ever since, it just kept me on.
You can see that you get this perfect seam all the way down there, right the way down.
And it's drawing in a younger generation too. James Riley has worked in the filtration industry all his life, but was keen to work for a company which makes the goods it's selling.
So this backs up, so this just makes sure that it's formed into the right pleat height and everything goes through smoothly.
It's manufacturing in the UK, so I can go out to the shop floor and see, you know, from start to finish how a filter is made.
The next move for the firm is an export drive to India, where it's set up its own company to supply the mining industry out there. Micromesh has made the most of the export help that's available from government, and after opening up markets in Poland and France too, it's also aware of the pitfalls.
This isn't coming down right? Yeah. Okay, just put the jig in there, let's just have a look. There is some danger when you go to a new export market, things can start to wane once you come back. So in the past we've used the Nottingham Chamber, and they have a scheme whereby they send you a student called the ISPO, and they'll send you a student from a university, and you can have those for 6 months, a language student. So we've used French and we've used Polish in the past to develop markets.
It's a company flying the flag abroad for Nottingham engineering and looking to expand and create more jobs in the future.
That was good, I really enjoyed that trip to that factory. It was a really interesting place.
Now, Nottingham, being on the new Backpackers Trail, has a new hostel. Let's see how that's getting on.
A home from home for backpackers from across the world. Tucked away in Eldon Chambers off Wheelergate in Nottingham is Igloo, a hostel like no other.
These are our sleep box-inspired beach huts.
Right, great. And are they popular?
They are, yeah. I think people are really liking them because they're so unusual and they're very compact, they're cheap as well, and it's a way of getting a single room in a bigger space.
Yeah, it was a nice day, yeah.
What'd you do?
It's been set up by Bettina Christiansen, who has worked in hostels for over 20 years.
So how did you get all this kitted out? It's high quality furniture, isn't it?
It is, but it is mainly all second-hand or has been given to us by people who no longer needed it.
Originally from Denmark, she's travelled extensively herself and learned firsthand what tourists are looking for.
Well, it came about 20 years ago in '94 when there was a severe lack of backpacker hostels, or there wasn't one in Nottingham. It was set up by an old colleague of mine. I came here in '96 when I was 18 and started managing it. They are very much meant to be a home away from home, very social, very friendly, very warm, welcoming.
It's really a TARDIS, this place, isn't it? It keeps going.
It does.
And how many rooms in total?
19 of all different sizes, so all dorm rooms, private rooms, single rooms, sleep boxes, and the ensuite rooms as well.
Recently opened, the building has been lovingly converted from an empty office block.
Hi, good morning.
And has been welcoming travellers from all corners of the globe.
Do you have any rooms tonight? Yeah, which kind of room?
I've come from Mexico City.
I come from Germany, northeast Germany. It's near the Baltic coast.
I'm working here in the University of Nottingham.
We are here because we are watching the Indie Festival.
So this is our hammock room, which is one of our ensuite rooms, and it has a memory foam mattress, reading light, USB ports to charge your phone, so wherever you're from you don't need adapters anymore. Full-length mirror, there's a TV, Freeview TV for the room as well, and this particular room is the ensuite, so it's got its own shower and toilet facility. Back in the day it was generally people who were travelling, backpacking around, but In the last sort of 5-8 years, it has really opened up to people coming here for gigs or people coming here to study over the summer. Lots of people come here just to learn English as well during the summer period. And we get loads of business folk as well coming through who are working in town from Mondays to Fridays.
With cheap rooms and friendly staff, Bettina strives not just to create a successful business, but a community as well.
Yeah, nice people. That's why I'm here.
People are so friendly. You know, actually the staff are my friends now.
It's got a personality. It's got a nice social hub where people can socialise, meet each other. They can cook their own meals, so they can save money on that. It's got a lot warmer service as well. We have time to socialise with our guests and so forth. And it's not just your 4 white walls within a corporate shell.
Have a good day.
Bettina has more plans to expand the site and further encourage tourists to come to the city to see what Nottingham has to offer.
Well, that's it for now, but we'll be back in the second half with more of our favourites. Remember the Big Nan?
Oh, yes.
Big Nan. Do you know someone called Big Nan? Yeah. No, these are things you can eat.
Or is your nan big?
One of the new things we're bringing out this year is the giant naan bread. So this is something we've been working on. We're making them up to 2 feet long, but it depends on the exact customer's requirements. We've had huge interest from around the UK.
And we'll also be looking back on how one of Nottingham's top restaurants is celebrating its 21st birthday.
I think we've recruited lovely, lovely people who stayed with us, who believed in us, who believed in the company growing bigger and wanted to be part of our vision, I guess. So we've done it working together as a team, very much a teamwork.
And we've got more of Des's fan club here, and we'll be looking at the hipster in Nottingham who's teaching barber skills to people around the city.
The main job role of a barber is to make men feel and look great.
Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week. Nottingham Trent University, proud sponsors of Working Week.
Welcome back to Working Week, and as ever, the city of Nottingham is bustling with life.
And it's the business life we like to get a good look at, and our next company is another firm in Nottingham that's doing really well, making naan breads.
We're making one of these that fits on a big hanger that's brought to the table as a sharing naan that you can enjoy as a family with a meal.
And a happy birthday to...
Oh yeah. Bistro Pierre, just around the corner from here, celebrating its 21 years in business. And it's a good story, this, Des. It's a tale of success through adversity.
They've done so well building the brand and building it from when Pierre Victoire collapsed, and then building it up as the Bistro Pierre. And now we still like to maintain the independent feel, but we've got 13 restaurants now.
I think we've managed to make it a little bit more simple, simplify dishes for our customers to understand and not be too scared of what they're going to be served.
And on my travels, I've been to a lot of cities across the UK, but by far Nottingham, I'd say, is the most well-groomed.
People dress well around here, don't they? Yeah, I know, and you're looking at me when you say that, but maybe not everybody. That might be why our next feature is doing so well. This is a barber from New York who set up here in Nottingham and is teaching his skills to the whole city.
What you could do is just wrap around your wrist one time, and literally just taking this off here. Dip the brush. That's all we do is teach. And what we do is we offer courses anywhere from the beginners that never held a pair of scissors or clippers to the most advanced. We're going to lather. Okay. With our students, I'd say about 10% actually come from Nottingham. The 90% come from either international or national. You press down, okay? Pressing down like that. All right, cool? Cool. I needed something, that with barbering, you could do anywhere around the world. You could look the way you want, dress the way you want, and you know what? You can have fun. Plus, you could change someone's life. Okay, so stop. As you went to the jaw, that's fine. Now do over here and stop at the jaw. Now just really stretch and then shave with the arm. Okay, stop. There we go. Now just remember that the length of your blade, just really watch where the front bit is going and the back bit's going. Okay. At that point, just to make it easy, because it's too much of a dip, if you start this way, watch. Maybe go this way first. I originally started at 14 years old, and back then, barbering wasn't seen as a creative industry or anything. It was just seen as a respectful job to have. And so I actually got a apprenticeship in an old school Italian barbershop in New York. But what happened was, as soon as I stepped into that barbershop, that's when I realized that I wanted more out of life. And that's when, every time I worked harder and harder, pushed myself, decided to actually apply for Vida Sassoon, where I worked in the salons and academies throughout the world. This is backhands. I'll help you out with backhands, a bit tricky.
Cool, so we're making sure we go with the growth of the hair, okay, not against it, so if the hair's growing in this direction, we'll only show that way.
Because of the heat, it's going to start drying up. I've been in Nottingham for about almost 6-7 years now, and Nottingham is my home.
Well, we've been here for a couple of hours, and now we've got the finished article. This gentleman is training, and this gentleman has had his beard trimmed. How do you find it?
Good, actually. I wouldn't have known this guy was training, if I'm honest. I think Sid does a good job of giving the instructions before he lets them loose on people.
Yeah. And how do you feel now that you've had it trimmed?
Refreshed, yeah, great. It does feel good, to be honest. It's the first time I've had it done. It's a lot better than doing it at home.
The only thing I could do is the best I can each day, and that's what I could portray to my students. As long as they give all their best each day, 24 hours at a time, they'll be happy.
Staff really now help develop our strategy, our plans, and we listen to them.
Everybody knows what they've got to do, and we work with each other to help each other. It's a growing business, and I like to grow forward with it.
It's an industry in which Nottingham's always had a leading edge, with food companies dotted across the city. And at this spot on the Lenton Industrial Estate, another is steadily growing. 65 people work here, providing breads and naans for pubs, restaurants and retailers across the country. The company's increasing in size after reorganising 4 years ago.
The business was struggling in 2011, and there were a lot of areas in the business that weren't right. The culture wasn't very good. Nobody was particularly listening to the staff. I think they were struggling to make change and understand the market well. And since then, we've made a number of changes in the business. So we've worked really hard on our culture, on how we listen to staff and how we behave with our staff, and making sure if somebody comes up with a great idea, we back it and do it rather than ignore it.
It's a highly mechanised operation which can turn out 15,000 naans in an hour and can cope with an order size as small as 8 pallets.
They have all different base recipes, but it's essentially flour, yeast, water, a little bit of salt, and then some other small specialist ingredients thrown there to give it the special flavours. It looks very simple on the face of it, but there's always challenges and problems in terms of temperature, ovens, equipment, people. So there's always something going on that'll challenge the production teams. The people here are very important. They obviously make this business. We have a morning production meeting where all the ideas and any problems and issues are resolved, and teams' actions come out of that meeting on a daily basis.
The firm was set up by the Butt family, who'd opened a restaurant and Asian sweet shop in Nottingham.
It's a great location. We don't have too many problems recruiting really good people. And I think from a distribution point of view, we're a couple of hours from anywhere, which helps keep our cost base down to our customers.
Unusually for an industry that traditionally has a high turnover of staff, the workforce here tends to stay. This team has more than 30 years service between them.
How long have you been here?
It's 5 years now.
5 years?
Yeah.
And you're enjoying it?
Yeah, I enjoy it, really enjoy it.
What do you like about the job?
I like it too much. I like to pick it and packing again.
Do you like naan bread?
Yeah, I like it. I love it to eat. It tastes good.
And for an industry that's always looking for the next big thing is very big.
One of the new things we're bringing out this year is the giant naan bread. So this is something we've been working on. Many of the other manufacturers just keep launching different flavours, but we've been looking at how people eat, and we've spotted that people are changing from more formal dining to more relaxed and casual dining. So we're making one of these that fits on a big hanger that's brought to the table as a sharing naan that you can enjoy as a family with a meal.
It's a sign of a company quick to change and to innovate, looking for the latest trends in eating and keen to continue growing in an industry that's flourishing here in Nottingham.
Demain, il faut qu'on se parle en français.
Ok, j'ai essayé d'utiliser, mais j'arrivais pas à couper avec.
It's a Nottingham success story with a distinct French flavour. The Bistro Pierre is celebrating its 21st anniversary, but it grew out of the collapse of a restaurant chain. Nottingham folk with long memories will remember it as Pierre Victoire, part of a national group of restaurants which went out of business. But the people running this place decided to keep it open. That was in 1994. Since then, owners Rob Beecham and John Whitehead haven't just rescued this restaurant, they've opened up more and more around the country. There are 13 now, and staff are delighted at its success.
It's been amazing. I've known John and Rob for a long time, even before I started working here. They've done so well building the brand and building it from when Pierre Victoire collapsed, and then building it up as the Bistro Pierre. And now we still like to maintain the independent feel, but we've got 13 restaurants now. It's amazing how quickly they've grown, and obviously I've been there more or less since day one.
Company Operations Director Marie-Lise from Brittany has been here since the beginning.
So Marie-Lise, I'm going to take you stab in the dark here that you might be French.
Yes, that's right. Yes, yes, all the way from Nantes. Yes.
And how did you end up working here then?
Well, I came to study business in Nottingham at the Trent University, and I was looking for a part-time job, so they had me as a waitress here. I working part-time back in October '94.
So how's it changed then over the years? It might seem a daft question, but I mean, I remember, way back 20 years ago. It's changed a lot, hasn't it?
As Pierre Victoire, massively. I mean, we were just a little team of 25 people per restaurant, so from 55 people to 450 people in a company. The job has changed, concentrating on people business. It's become a massive people business with lots of different, more structured environment and work. So yes, it's changed massively.
On a Tuesday night at 5:30 in the evening, the restaurant is already filling up, and some of the customers have been coming here for more than 20 years.
We've booked our son's graduation today, 20 of us. I've booked my 50th birthday here in October because it's such good atmosphere and good service.
And you're supposed to say, I can't believe you're 50.
I was just about to say that, of course. There are, though, other French restaurants in Nottingham, but at Le Bistro Pierre, they welcome the competition.
It's good to be kept on our toes, so definitely we embrace competition. We prefer when there's competition near us. It brings more people in the area, so we're definitely happy to have competition. And yeah, it just forces us to get better and better.
One here for you, mademoiselle. For yourself as well. Here we are.
We've just recently opened Bath, which is a bit of a smaller restaurant, but it's very much a bistro look about it, very French. They've got the nice tables and chairs outside. We can't do that here, unfortunately. But you're just looking for the right sites and then just keep building the brand. It was always going to be a Midlands-based enterprise to start with, but then it's just blossomed. Torquay was the one before. It's like, so it's nationwide, basically.
With more restaurants opening up, this Nottingham French bistro is becoming a hit around the UK.
And that's the end of another packed programme from another packed Nottingham city centre. It's nice how people are just walking through.
I love the way they always avoid the camera and walk behind.
Very polite. No, you can just walk through. Well, luckily that's the end of the programme because we better go because we're blocking the street.
We are blocking the streets.
See you next time on Working Week.
It's all right, love.
It's all right.
Don't you be sorry.
Nottingham Trent University, working with you. Proud sponsors of Working Week.